morning, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. This is your boy M3. Welcome to my channel, Knowledge and Relationships. Today's topic is going to be interracial relationships. Before I begin, first and foremost, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you select notifications to all when you click on that. That way, whenever my content comes out, you'll be notified and, you'll just be able to see it right away. If you remember my last video was about the way how, people act funny style. And so I did that upon like a request for a friend of mine. Well, my friend who's African American, he has like a girlfriend, a fiance who's Hispanic. She asked me, hey, can you do a topic about the interracial relationships? And these are like the kind of questions that she asked me. So I will read through these questions and then I'll give you my answer bit by bit. So as we begin, number one, which is a pretty good question. Why are black men so prejudged by their own people when dating or married outside their race? So to answer that question, right, and this is based off my own opinion, so of course it's going to be subjective based off of, I can't really say based off my own personal experience because I'm not married to anybody other than my own race, but from the experience through my other friends who are in dating relationships or who are married, their experience was more of like, when they feel prejudged, like let's say you're walking down the mall and you're with like your white woman or Polynesian or whatever. You're an African American, right? So you're walking down, you see other, black people. Let's just say like mostly, I feel like it's mostly like the black women that usually like give like those cold stares like to the black guys. It almost feels like, oh, like you're such a traitor. Like what makes, Becky or what makes like Jessica or whoever, so better that you had to choose her over over us, over like your own people. You kind of get like that type of self-entitlement that, we're entitled to be desired just as like you're desiring like a Mexican or whoever. You will get those like type of like stares and you will get like prejudged like as like a sellout or so, but I mean, quite frankly, like everybody just has like their preference. You're gonna probably hear me say that a lot. It's all about preference, but I will definitely get to that. Number two, could it be that some are intrigued, jealous, or racist? It all depends on the person, and quite frankly, it's all the above. You're gonna have people who are intrigued, like I said before, like what makes this person stand out more than me? So it's gonna be more like a competition. Like honestly, like for men and women, it wouldn't even really be internal race issue. It's more of like a competitive issue. Like, just like women love to compete with other women, men love to compete with other men. It's just like in our nature to be competitive. I would say it starts off being intrigued because you're curious and you want to know what makes this person stand out. If you're jealous, it's only because you're insecure. You're insecure with your own self. And I'll get to that part, in a minute. And then as far as like with the racism part, most of the time, like, we can be racist towards like other people. Just like it could be like white people racist towards black men or whoever, or Polynesians, the Tongans, Mexicans to like, I don't know, Nicaraguans or whatever. Who knows? It all depends on the person. But let's just say for black people, for instance, you have like your pro-black type of guys, pro-black type of women as well. And so when you're pro-black, your whole mindset is like everything should just be black centered, black focused. His life would have been way better if he had got with a sister, pretty much. It's the things that I read about, the things that I hear and see. Like, I remember for some people who, like, unfortunately, like some people who probably passed but had like, relationships like with like women outside the race, and now you have like, like black women who are like, standing up or protesting for the name, which is good. But then you have like some people like in the comments will just be like, well, his life wouldn't have been like that, or he wouldn't have got shot if he only like, stuck with a black woman. Or they'll be like, see, like your life would have been much better, or this person's not going to stand to you at the end. It's always going to be us, which is not necessarily true, but it's also pure ignorance. But you have like those type of people, and it's for various reasons. It's just what it is. Another question, number 3, is it healthy mentally, emotionally, and spiritually dating outside your own race? And this is where I'm going to label as like the pros and cons to all this. Okay, so let's start off with the pros. Now, the pros is, when it comes to the culture, you get to learn people's cultures. You get to like learn their accents. You could learn like their languages. Like I said, it depends like on who you are with. And if you're really good with the family, like you will learn so much more. Like when you're not like inside the box or this like little bubble, like, and you decide to like, okay, you want to explore like different nationalities of people, you will learn so much more. You will also get a proper understanding of like what they go through. Same thing that they will probably get an understanding of what we go through when they're in a relationship with us. The cons. Most of the cons deals with like when it comes to, I believe, with their families. If you encounter a lot of racist families, it will definitely affect your dating relationship. And when you are married to someone outside your race and their family is racist towards you because of the color of your skin, you will feel like a lot of pressure. Like your wife, husband, whoever, they will really feel it. And that's something that is really out of your control. And it will always kind of feel like you will have something to prove. Like you have to try to impress them because like you love the person that you're with so much. You don't want to disappoint. You don't want to hurt. And then you feel like you got something to prove to let them know that, hey, like we're not all like that. I'm just saying for like any other relationship when it comes to like interracial relationships. Hopefully, like, okay, I touched up on that a little bit, but it can be like mentally, emotionally, and spiritually like draining. My advice is like, to be strong, because if you're not strong together, you will be weak together and you will be bitter together. I've seen that happen through other relationships, unfortunately, and Number 4, why do we choose to date outside of our race? Why do we choose to date outside of our race, huh? Well, I will say, and this would be for a black man's perspective, a lot of times when we're looking for, relationships with our own race, Sometimes like it just doesn't work out. It may be something that we're kind of like used to already, and it's like not really new or exciting to us, especially like for most of us who like, you've been growing up with your parents, and maybe you see how the relationship ended with your parents together. You may not really be all inspired to like, date within your race. But I'm for sure most of us probably tried. But in my personal opinion, I know like when it came to most guys, and when it comes to like to black women, and like I said, like it's not all black women, but I would just say like at least some of them have an expectation where the expectations could be a little too much. It's like they want you to do this, they want you to do that. It's like you always have to prove your worth to them. And so when you always have to prove your worth to them, it gets mentally exhausting. And some of them, which I wouldn't even recommend anybody to go after, but you have like some of the ones like, who's out in the streets. And they want like this thug type of dude. Because women, they desire masculine type of men. But sometimes if you run into like those like ratchet type of women right from the hood or whatever, and they want something more like, oh, like, man, he need to like, like make this amount of money or sell drugs or whatever. You don't want those type of people anyways. Most of them don't really want us anyway. And so when you kind of feel that you're not really valued and you always have to try to prove your worth, you just pretty much like, try another race out. I think why black people date outside their race is because there's also other nationalities that have something to prove. When you're in a relationship with somebody and they feel like they don't have to prove their worth, I'm like, okay, you're going to look for external sources outside. That's my opinion to it. Because you will find somebody that is willing to prove their worth to you. And so, I just kind of feel like most women outside of our race have something to prove. And so I'm not saying any of them is any perfect, because people are still people. I just want to make that clear. But I feel like based off the conversations that I usually have, like, with other people who are into interracial relationships, that's another thing that they mostly like talk about. Be careful who you invite into your life. You want to make sure you protect your energy at all costs. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you're always going to have people that give you their personal opinion. And they're always, people are always watching the way how you interact, the way how your energy connects. Whether it be like your friends or your family, everybody has an opinion. But not all opinions are really good and healthy for your dating and marriage relationships. And so my thing is that like you want to keep a minimum when sharing your excitement about the person that you enjoy being with. Because the more you keep talking about it, I feel like the more negative energy that will kind of project, not from you, but it will just kind of like you put out positive energy and then it just bounce and hit this wall, and then it comes negative and then it just hits you in the face. If that kind of makes sense. So just remember, like, your energy is super important. Just protect it at all costs and spend time with people like who are well-rounded, positive, give you that positive energy, but not just tell you what you want to hear, but will also tell you the truth too, though. That will help you out in the long run. And another one is people who are negative will always be insecure. You have to understand that they will never be free to be themselves when it comes to relationships and in friendships, dating, and marriage. Now, unfortunately, I can only speak for black people in specific, but and this may sting a little bit. Black people have a lot of self-hate for themselves. That is also a really deep-rooted issue, and it's due because of the oppression and the opposition that we all go through on a daily, whether it be against the world and unfortunately against ourselves. There's so many reasons why you're gonna get prejudged when you're dating outside your race. You know, the sad case is like, you know, hate, self-hate is definitely one of them. So when you hate yourself, you're gonna hate other people as well too. You're gonna hate your own race, you know, for whatever traumatic experience that you went through that, you know, created that hate. And the final one, we've also been programmed. We've been programmed to determine, define what beauty means to us. Back in the 90s, the early 90s and early 2000s, like I used to be watching like a lot of music videos. And so in the music videos, you'll see like the top models, you know, the girls that be shaking their behinds, and you know, you don't really see a lot of, you see like a lot of, you know, black women or whatever, but most of them are in a lighter color. And you'll have other women, right, who are non-black women mostly. I think now these days I see like a lot of non-black women like in music videos, because that's just the way how the media portrays as like what it means to be beautiful. You know, you hear like a lot of friends that be like, oh, like, you know, this person, she's fine. Like, I want somebody that has like Chris Brown. Like, you want somebody that has like, you know, like good hair. So your definition of someone who has good hair is someone who is not black, pretty much. I'm not going to get deeper into that part of the topic, but, you know, these are like my list and my opinions to why, when it comes to interracial relationships, why you have a lot of people that will prejudge you, that will hate you, that will have something negative to say, that will think that you're a sellout. You just have all these things because, you know, overall, people are insecure within their own selves, but there's also various reasons to why they feel the way they feel. And my encouragement to you guys is that it doesn't matter who you date. You can date within inside your own race. You can date outside your race. Just as long as you are happy with the person that you are with. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching my videos. Please subscribe, like my videos to build up the YouTube algorithm, so that way more of my videos could come out there. So take care. Have a lovely day. Get your mind right. And peace.